World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Russia has played down discussions of an imminent summit between Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky. The BBC reported this comes as United States President Donald Trump renewed his call for the two leaders to meet to discuss ending the war in Ukraine. It is noted that the push for a bilateral meeting comes after the US President met Putin in Alaska last week and welcomed 7 European leaders and Zelensky to the White House on Monday. The Russian president on Monday told Trump he was open to the idea of direct talks with Ukraine, but the next day, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov watered down the said commitment. Lavrov stated that any meeting would have to be prepared gradually, starting with the expert level and thereafter going through all the required steps. In other news overseas, Israel is demanding the release of all 50 hostages held in Gaza, creating doubt on whether it will accept a new proposal for a 60-day ceasefire that Hamas agreed to on Monday. The BBC reported that the proposal put forward by Qatar and Egypt would see the release of around half the hostages and is almost identical to a United States proposal Israel had previously accepted. Israel has not explicitly rejected it, but Israeli government spokesperson David Mencer said that it is not interested in partial deals. Palestinian sources said the proposal would see 10 living and 18 dead hostages handed over while the sides negotiated a permanent ceasefire and the return of the other hostages. And finally, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan has told Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian that a planned corridor linking Azerbaijan with its exclave would be under Armenian control. Al Jazeera reported this comes days after Iran said it would block the project included in a United States brokered peace accord. The land corridor, dubbed the Trump Route for International Peace and Prosperity, or TRIPP, is part of a deal signed this month in Washington between former enemies Armenia and Azerbaijan. The U.S. is set to hold development rights under the agreement for the proposed route, which would connect Azerbaijan to its Nakhchivan exclave, bordering Iran and Turkey. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.